3 minutes, go!
Hi everyone, my name is Oskar. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Oleg Technology, and we are developing a sustainable alternative to LED lights. So how many of you use LED lights daily? Everyone, right? They're great. So the question is whether we actually need an alternative. So I asked the same question. I come from the business world. I have different experience of building companies, scaling companies. So it was quite interesting to talk with my co-founder here, who's the scientist and has devoted all life for this. And he told me that LEDs are not so great, so I thought maybe I should listen to him. So let's take a closer look. What do we know? They're energy efficient, they're long-lasting, they're easy to use, so great from the user perspective. But little do we know that they actually contain toxic materials and rare earth materials that are sourced only from few countries in Asia, and they're also expensive. So, as a result of this, when they end up in landfills, toxic materials in great amounts enter the groundwaters and harm human health. On top of that, LEDs increase global dependency on Asia, which is already a geopolitical issue. And while we cannot imagine our lives without LEDs anymore, there are still 2.4 billion people that can't afford the LEDs for their own daily use. So wouldn't it be great if we would have technology with similar properties, but without these flaws? Well, that's exactly what we are building here. So if you take a closer look to these light chips, we can see many material layers stacked one on top of each other, and when we add electricity, they emit light. What we do differently, we replace all of these layers with a single organic one. And here you can actually see first prototype of OLED light chip. So the market for this is actually huge, and it's growing. It's concentrated in Asia, and we really see that there's a great potential for us in there. What's interesting, we're not competing with other companies at the moment. We're competing with other technologies. And while we know that there are several universities working on light-emitting electrochemical cells, we also know that they are far from commercialization. So our traction in here, so we have protected this technology, and we own the rights. We raised recently 50,000 euros to get things going, created first prototypes, brought them to market, collected first feedback, actually got first letter of intent, and based on the feedback already created two product optimizations. And just last week we received an approval for one EU grant that will allow us to move forward with R&D. And that's why I'm here today. So I'm raising 180,000 euros to start finally work full-time on OLED technology, to bring this technology from TRL3 to TRL5, and to ramp up our business development activities so that we're ready for commercialization. And that's it for me today. Thank you, and I will answer all of your questions.
Lawyer. So you said you already have your rights protected. How? In what way? Do you have patents? Do you have trademarks?
Yeah, we have one patent already registered, a few of them pending already, so the process is started.
In which market do you have?
Latvia at the moment, and then we're proceeding Canada, USA, and a few of them on the roadmap.
And so from Latvia, you're expanding to EU, or is it like a local?
Well, we'll see. Actually, the markets are huge, and the interest is from many markets. We would like to start with Europe, and then most probably continue to US, and yeah.
Do you have a timeline for that? Last question from me.
Sorry?
Do you have a timeline? When do you want to have it patented in US?
Well, I think we can talk about it later.
Let's do it.
Nice one. Follow up.
Yeah, you didn't mention anything about the sales cycles and how long does it take. Do you have any idea on how you would be doing it?
Yeah, good question. This was the question asked previously as well. I didn't put it on slides on purpose because we are very early at the moment. So we need to get to the TRL5, and we think that one of the ways would be selling the license for the large players because they are dominating the market. If they do not pick up the technology as fast as we would like to, then we will most probably start to produce them in some quantities ourselves. Since the production is so simple compared to existing technologies, so we will be using spray coating technique for these layers because they do not need to have to be such perfect, such thin, right? So we'll see. At the moment, we see that it's rather licensing or actually.
You know that they not only they should like you, they should be afraid of you if you want to grab attention, right?
Of course.
I think we're finishing ahead of time. Wait for the gong. It's going to hit. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Well done. Good job, my friend. Great pitch. Thank you so much. I'll hold that one for you. All right, so we're flying away. First pitch of the day. I wonder who's going to win. We'll find out soon, though, because we got 10 more pitches, not 9, 10, because they couldn't decide. They were so good. Let's move straight on with that. All right, next up, give it up for the one and only Paul from Kayasense. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you. So, hello, my name is Paulius Velasco. I'm the CEO of Kayasense, and we're building a sports lab that fits in your pocket. So in competitive sports, tiny changes can be the difference between winning and losing. And in order to get ahead, athletes and coaches are turning to data science to get that competitive advantage. So in order to do data science on sports, you need biomechanical data. And today, this data is being collected maybe once a week, maybe once a month in specialized rooms using specialized equipment. So basically, you're missing most of your training data, right? For the data that you do have, the data needs to be analyzed by the coach. And this is a very time-intensive endeavor. So most of the data actually ends up not being used at all. And by the time that you deliver that feedback to the athlete, so much time has passed from making that mistake that the feedback is no longer effective. So at Kayasense, we want to fix all three of these issues. So what we're doing is we're building a sports intelligence engine. So by analyzing, by leveraging deep learning, video-based motion capture, and millions of hours of sports footage, we can develop a biomechanical model for each individual sport. And then we can use this model to review your athlete and deliver you feedback in terms of your athlete's technique and physical performance and see how they compare to like Olympic gold medalists. For the data acquisition problem, we've developed a set of sensors that you wear on your body, and we're now able to do motion capture without the use of camera. So you can use this tool in your daily training. This tool feeds data into our application, which then delivers advice and feedback and analysis to the athlete and the coach in real time using video, audio, or even haptic feedback. So by targeting universities and professional teams, we are targeting 100 billion US market. And as of today, we are able to do video-based motion capture as well as sensor-based motion capture, which doesn't use cameras. And basically, this is a patented technology that we're building here in Lithuania. And we're starting with combat sports. We've built the application, integrated our sensors, and we've built the AI inference infrastructure. And we have a set of features that we're going to be piloting with 2 combat gyms in the United States, preparing fighters for a kickboxing tournament next year. So behind the team, there's a total of 6 people. I have engineering, software engineering, and hardware engineering experience. My co-founder, Elvis, is a product development person with a previous exit. And our AI lead is also a previous co-founder, and he's a specialist in analyzing human motion using deep learning. And we're raising
650,000 euros, Kayasense! All right, jury, 2 minutes. Over to you. Fire away. Short answers, short questions. Thank you. Who wants to take it?
Okay, I'll take the first question. So, Paulius, the first time I saw you in Textil in Riga, you had this opening statement. Whom do you want to punch today? So my question would be about competition. The major, developers of all sorts of sports devices, data trackers, like, I have a Oura Ring also. I mean, it's different, but big manufacturers, established companies, how are you going to disrupt them?
So in terms of competition, like the wristwatches and rings and stuff like that, these are not direct competitors to us because they focus on just gathering certain data points about your biometrics. It doesn't really tell you anything about your overall physical performance or technique. And then there's other bigger sports companies that are focused on team sports, and they analyze the athletes at a very granular level. Basically, they're showing up as dots on the screen, and they don't focus also at all on the human pose and like micro optimism.
3 minutes, go!
Hi everyone, my name is Oskars. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Oleg Technology, and we are developing a sustainable alternative to LED lights. So how many of you use LED lights daily? everyone, right? They're great. So the question is whether we actually need an alternative. So I asked the same question. I come from the business world. I have different experience of building companies, scaling companies. So it was quite interesting to talk with my co-founder here, who's the scientist and has devoted all life for this. And he told me that LEDs are not so great. So I thought maybe I should listen to him. So let's take a closer look. What do we know? They're energy efficient, they're long-lasting, they're easy to use, so great from the user perspective. But little do we know that they actually contain toxic materials and rare earth materials that are sourced only from 2 countries in Asia, and they're also expensive. So as a result of this, when they end up in landfills, toxic materials in great amounts enter the groundwaters and harm human health. On top of that, LEDs increase global dependency on Asia, which is already a geopolitical issue. And while we cannot imagine our lives without LEDs anymore, there are still 2.4 billion people that can't afford the LEDs for their own daily use. So wouldn't it be great if we would have technology with similar properties, but without these flaws? Well, that's exactly what we are building here. So if you take a closer look to these light chips, we can see many material layers stacked one on top of each other. And when we add electricity, they emit light. What we do differently, we replace all of these layers with a single organic one. And here you can actually see first prototype of OLED light chip. So the market for this is actually huge and it's growing. It's concentrated in Asia and we really see that there's a great potential for us in there. What's interesting, we're not competing with other companies at the moment. We're competing with other technologies. And while we know that there are several universities working on light-emitting electrochemical cells, we also know that they are far from commercialization. So our traction in here, so we have protected this technology, and we own the rights. We raised recently 50,000 euros to get things going, created first prototypes, brought them to market, collected first feedback, actually got first letter of intent, and based on the feedback already created 2 product optimizations. And just last week we received an approval for 1 EU grant that will allow us to move forward with R&D. And that's why I'm here today. So I'm raising 180,000 euros to start finally work full-time on OLED technology, to bring this technology from TRL3 to TRL5, and to ramp up our business development activities so that we're ready for commercialization. And that's it for me today. Thank you, and I will answer all of your questions.
Lawyer. So you said you already have your rights protected. How? In what way? Do you have patents? Do you have trademarks?
Yeah, we have one patent already registered. A few of them pending already. So the process is started.
In which market do you have?
Latvia at the moment, and then we're proceeding Canada, USA, and a few of them on the roadmap.
And so from Latvia, you're expanding to EU, or is it like a local?
Well, we'll see. Actually, the markets are huge, and the interest is from many markets. We would like to start with Europe, and then most probably continue to US, and yeah.
Do you have a timeline for that? Last question from me.
Sorry?
Do you have a timeline? When do you want to have a patent in US?
Well, I think we can talk about it later.
Let's do it.
Nice one. Follow up.
Yeah, you didn't mention anything about the sales cycles and how long does it take. Do you have any idea on how you would be doing it?
Yeah, good question. This was the question asked previously as well. I didn't put it on slides on purpose because we are very early at the moment. So we need to get to the TRL5, and we think that one of the ways would be selling the license for the large players because they are dominating the market. If they do not pick up the technology as fast as we would like to, then we will most probably start to produce them in some quantities ourselves. Since the production is so simple compared to existing technologies, so we'll be using spray coating technique for these layers because they do not need to have to be such perfect, such thin, right? So we'll see. At the moment, we see that it's rather licensing or actually.
You know that they not only they should like you, they should be afraid of you if you want to grab attention, right?
Of course.
I think we're finishing ahead of time. Wait for the gong. It's going to hit. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Well done. Good job, my friend. Great pitch. Thank you so much. I'll hold that one for you. All right. So we're flying away. First pitch of the day. I wonder who's going to win. We'll find out soon, though, because we got 10 more pitches. Not 9, 10, because they couldn't decide. They were so good. Let's move straight on with that. All right. Next up, give it up for the one and only Paul from Kayasense. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Paulius Velesko. I'm the CEO of Kaisense, and we're building a sports lab that fits in your pocket. So in competitive sports, tiny changes can be the difference between winning and losing. And in order to get ahead, athletes and coaches are turning to data science to get that competitive advantage. So in order to do data science on sports, you need biomechanical data. And today, this data is being collected maybe once a week, maybe once a month in specialized rooms using specialized equipment. So basically, you're missing most of your training data, right? For the data that you do have, the data needs to be analyzed by the coach. And this is a very time-intensive endeavor. So most of the data actually ends up not being used at all. And by the time that you deliver that feedback to the athlete, so much time has passed from making that mistake that the feedback is no longer effective. So at Kaisense, we want to fix all three of these issues. So what we're doing is we're building a sports intelligence engine. So by analyzing, by leveraging deep learning, video-based motion capture, and millions of hours of sports footage, we can develop a biomechanical model for each individual sport. And then we can use this model to review your athlete and deliver you feedback in terms of your athlete's technique and physical performance and see how they compare to like Olympic gold medalists. For the data acquisition problem, we've developed a set of sensors that you wear on your body, and we're now able to do motion capture without the use of camera. So you can use this tool in your daily training. This tool feeds data into our application, which then delivers advice and feedback and analysis to the athlete and the coach in real time using video, audio, or even haptic feedback. So by targeting universities and professional teams, we are targeting 100 billion US market. And as of today, we are able to do video-based motion capture as well as sensor-based motion capture, which doesn't use cameras. And basically, this is a patented technology that we're building here in Lithuania. And we're starting with combat sports. We've built the application, integrated our sensors, and we've built the AI inference infrastructure. And we have a set of features that we're going to be piloting with 2 combat gyms in the United States, preparing fighters for a kickboxing tournament next year. So behind the team, there's a total of 6 people. I have engineering, software engineering, and hardware engineering experience. My co-founder, Elvis, is a product development person with a previous exit. And our AI lead is also a previous co-founder, and he's a specialist in analyzing human motion using deep learning. And we're raising
650,000 euros, Kaisense! All right, jury, 2 minutes. Over to you, fire away. Short answers, short questions. Thank you. Who wants to take it?
Okay, I'll take the first question. So, Paulius, the first time I saw you in Textile in Riga, you had this opening statement. Whom do you want to punch today? So my question would be about competition. The major, developers of all sorts of sports devices, data trackers, like, I have a Oura Ring also. I mean, it's different, but big manufacturers, established companies, how are you going to disrupt them?
So in terms of competition, like the wristwatches and rings and stuff like that, these are not direct competitors to us because they focus on just gathering certain data points about your biometrics. It doesn't really tell you anything about your overall physical performance or technique. And then there's other bigger sports companies that are focused on team sports, and they analyze the athletes at a very, granular level. Basically, they're showing up as dots on the screen, and they don't focus also at all on the human pose and like micro optimizations that you can do to the athlete.
One more question about money, how you will monetize it?
So we want to. Sure, we have like a B2C option for athletes to buy it for themselves, but our primary target is basically US universities, professional teams, and doing B2B sales.
Sure. Hi. So very glad to see you. And what's the go-to-market for this?
So right now we have like 50 LOIs with different gyms and athletes in the United States. So we want to start with athletes, and athletes in these universities and professional teams, they have a lot of sway, decision power on influencing what kind of software and hardware they can ask to be purchased for them to increase their training.
The gong is gone, my man. Paul, great job. Give it up for Paul, everyone. I'll take the ticket, my friend. Thank you so much. Second pitch down, 9 to go. We're going to go straight into it so we get through them all. Next up, we have Branchy Dose. Pitching is Neringa. Here you go. Good luck to you. You got 3 minutes. Firing away.
Hi everyone, I want to tell you a story about the method how to treat the cancerous tumors. It's called brachytherapy. In a brachytherapy we use radioactive seeds to kill cancerous cells. But the main question for oncology doctors still is, how to get radiation dose right? Strong enough to kill the cancerous cells but not to damage the surrounding healthy organs, because it happens a lot. Over 80% of these procedures, they cause radiation injuries, burnings, and it can even get worse, as loss of reproductive capabilities. Chronic pain will extend the staying in a hospital time by weeks. This costs additional 2 billion euros for European economy to cover annually. There must be a better way to help cancer patients. This is what we do. We developed the sensor which measures accurate, precise radiation dose straight into the organ, and we provide this data to doctor immediately. Then our machine learning algorithm provides type and probability of the injury. What's the outcome? The prevention of up to 100% of these radiation injuries for most common cancer cases, cervical, breast, prostate, and other. Also, we save costs for hospitals. It's 300,000 euros in average per average European hospital. Also, we save doctors' time, so instead of taking care of one cancer patient, they can take care of 2 at the same time. Most importantly, we help cancer patients to leave hospital faster. Just imagine this, how cool it is to leave the hospital 3 to 5 days earlier. And this is our sensor. This is disposable device. We sell hardware and software licenses for hospitals, and can you imagine there is 150 million of radiotherapy procedures going on annually worldwide. This makes our service obtainable market up to 1 billion euros. Where is Brachydose now? Now we do the clinical trial at the National Cancer Institute. We have Baltic Sandbox Ventures invested into us. We have patents pending. And our doctor says, this is the innovation they were waiting for the last 10 years to come to the market. We are medical device engineers, we are manufacturing experts, logistics experts working in a medtech field for 12 years, and we are managing team of oncologists and other very intelligent people, and we are, as a team, we are looking for 500,000 euros to bring Brachydose innovation into the market in 18 months in Germany. This is 300 million euros market, and we can take 15 million in 1 year. So I ask you all to join Brachydose in any way you want, any way you can, and bring this innovation for millions of cancer patients undergoing radiotherapy procedures. Thank you.
Right on time. Give it up for Brachydose. She practiced that to perfection, and you nailed it on the day. Well done to you. Jury, who wants to take it?
Can you tell a little bit more about the competition? Is there something similar on the market globally?
Yeah, there are several companies manufacturing hardwares, but they are the only ones who are focusing on the value as a data, as a patient data, and giving it to doctor immediately to change treatment plan to make the most improvement in this.
Is there anything else on your development plan? Maybe you could walk us through, because this is only the first step, right?
Yeah, so we will do the CE marking soon, so documentation is under procedures. We work with the patenting, and we will establish the first sales in Lithuanian market, and then scale to Germany, France, and in the future to United States, where it's 2 billion euros worth market for us.
So I understand you already trialed your product services in Lithuania, and what about Germany? Are you already in, and if not, how fast do you think you can do it, considering the regulatory framework?
Yeah, so we do have business development partners already in Germany, so it's a distributor. We are preparing everything to launch it as soon as we can. So it will take 12 to 16 months from now.
Final one. Go for it, yeah.
Just also to elaborate more about business development, I always see medtech founders struggling because they are so good doctors, they are so perfectionist, and when startups you have to be this MVP, minimum viable product. So who is the main, breadwinner in your company? The actual business developer, the salesperson?
We don't have our own salesperson at this moment, but we are trying to employ one of them at this moment, but our partners are helping on this for us. We do have a distributor agreements.
Finishing on time once again. You're amazing. Give it up for Bunch Dose. High five. I'll take a clicker from you as well. Amazing. 3 down, a couple more to go. Are you enjoying yourselves? All right. Who thinks they've won? Raise a hand. You get the money. No, I'm kidding. If only it were that easy. We can all go home. No, we want to hear the rest of the pitches. Are you ready, my friend? You look ready. I think they're ready for you. Give it up for CBRX. Kazimieras. Good luck, my friend. 3 minutes, over to you.
Hi, I'm Kazimieras from CyberX. Imagine a major disaster has struck a city. Houses are burning, tens of cars have crashed, hundreds of people perished, thousands of calls are being delivered to 911 center. Operators need to deal with those calls, they have to understand what happened, and they have to dispatch first responders accordingly as soon as possible. That's exactly the same what's happening in cybersecurity operations centers around the globe. In fact, we have a photo from one of them up there. And analysts are overworked, incidents are missed, millions of euros are lost each day. At CyberX, we are here to fix that. Our solution collects information from various data sources. It identifies the cyber incidents, automatically analyzes them, produces step-by-step incident handling recommendations for the cyber first responders. Similar to security operations centers, one would say. Well, kind of. We do it faster, cheaper, and better. Our business model comprises of 3 income streams: monthly subscription fee, credit packages, as well as customer onboarding fee. We target financial and other regulated industries. However, our product is built with a dual-use purpose in mind, so that we can protect national critical infrastructure too. Cybersecurity market is booming and is 10 times underserved. It continues to grow 24% each year, and on top of that, we are using state-of-the-art technology which is poised to revolutionize the field itself. Since introducing our product to market this summer, we already generated first 5,000 euros of MRR. To continue building something even more incredible and to accelerate our growth, we are looking for pre-seed round this year. Our clients are usually dealing with cyber threats with their internal teams or by hiring security operations centers. That's expensive and slow. We offer a much better service for a fraction of the price. Since we already found a way to automate the security operation team's work, next we are going to flip the industry of threat hunting with introduction of synthesized cyber threats. Next, we are going to introduce our own cyber agent, which is going to evolve together with the lightning-fast AI industry itself, automagically. Our team is our greatest asset. With decades of experience in cybersecurity, entrepreneurship, and technologies, we are well positioned to make this vision a reality. We are fortunate enough to have partners and key players both in the industry as well as the government sectors. And now we invite you to become part of making the history of cybersecurity industry together. With that, I thank you for your attention, and I'm looking forward to your questions.
Right on time once again, Kazimieras. Jury, you know the drill. Drill him.
Okay, I will drill you.
Please.
Or grill. So probably this is like the first startup which I've seen who has been to almost each and every accelerator. So I'm grilling now, you know. Are you like staying in the same grade and you need to repeat the training? Or you received some different, skills at each of the accelerators and the programs?
Yeah, great question. Thank you. So we've been to 2 accelerators. So one was focused on dual use, and we were gathering industry knowledge there. Another one was B2B focused, and we were focusing heavily on sales. And that's as a result of that second accelerator, we launched our product to the market this year.
Thanks for the pitch. My question is how much, the SOC operation, automation is not new. So how is your technology different and how much of SOC can you automate actually in numbers?
So basically, we automate 90% of the cybersecurity analyst's work. And on top of that, we are adding some things like automated cyber threat intelligence, reporting, and stuff like this, which is on top. Automation is not new in terms of orchestration, but it's new in the way we process data. Because we make it not according to playbooks, as it's usually done, but we are actually employing different AI agents to do that. That's why we make it faster, and we don't depend on actually the knowledge of the people who are working inside this security operations center.
You mentioned your dual use opportunity. Are you joining this weekend the Rifleman Hackathon in Kaunas?
Unfortunately, no, not this time. We were there last time, and we presented our solution there.
They're focusing on sales, Victoria. Thank you.
Exactly.
Well, let's get up our next pitch. That is Lucid, and pitching is Yevgetnis. My friend, good luck. 3 minutes.
Hello. Oh, it's loud. I'm Vytenis from Lucid, and we provide service as a software for enterprise customers and contact centers. And 300 billion industry is transforming really fast. It's all about automation. But did you know that 94% of people don't use English as a primary language? And AI, it's actually expensive, especially for the cost-saving part. And to provide good AI solutions, you need to understand the basis of the call. It's timing. In conversations, it's super important to capture when the question is happening, how to answer, what is the right resolution, what is sentiment, and how to run upsells. And sales triggers, how to react to be more productive. With Lucid, we built a modular platform which is helping on-premise, running on edge device, to first understand what is happening in the conversation, where are the triggers, what I can use next. From recordings, we are moving to live assistants. So when you're on the call, you have assistant helping you. And last but not least, portion of the calls don't need a human interaction. Voice bot to help you. And it's running. So we are focusing on addressable market of 100 million euros. We started with Baltics and Scandinavia next, and moving to other than English-speaking countries, with telco, insurance, and other utility sectors as primary target for us. And we believe that for the service as a software, a winning combination is on-device plus on-prem to get secure and cost-effective solutions. So in 17 months, now we are at the stage when we are processing 20,000 hours of calls on monthly basis. We have real MRR of 15K plus add-ons paid from our customers. And we have a waiting list, which is bringing us to MRR 20K plus, 25 optimistically in November, and pipeline already of waiting customers of 1 million euros already here in the Baltics. So we started with direct selling, polishing the product. Next, we see from the market what is needed both for Scandinavia and Baltics as an add-ons, so we could serve our customers better. And then it's about the scaling. Scaling with focus on other than English multilingual solutions. We are OGs in machine learning before it was cool. You know IBM Watson. You know that we can deliver in the terms of the sales. And the most important, what we are doing next. Now we are closing our current pre-seed round. And next, we want to reach a pessimistic MRR of 50K by December, end of December, and then to move forward with 2 million seed round. So I'm open to your questions.
Well done, you. And questions we will have. Jury, who wants to take it?
What's your business model and the pricing?
So it's per seat-based pricing per agent. Plus, on top of that, add-ons for specific features for you as a customer, as an enterprise customer, to get all the value you need. Because for each enterprise customer, the value differs. We are working already with telcos. For telcos, churn sentiment, what you want to get. For insurance sectors, form filling, making sure that all the claims are addressed in the proper way, and potential fraud detection.
Thanks, Vitanis. Great pitch, very clear. Anything about the competition? You can't be alone in this.
We are not.
Can you say a couple of words?
What you see most development with AI is how to implement large language models within all existing pipeline. Our focus is how to run niche. As of today, we already have a solution to run transcription, which is actually 50% of the cost, just to understand what is happening on the call center. And this is running on low resource, cheap laptop. When you think about enterprise customers, security, data privacy, AI Act, and so on is also in the place. Us capable to run 100% of all activities inside the private network of our customer bring us this competitive edge. And pricing. For a pilot, AI is cheap to test, but when you have tens of thousands of calls, it's adding in your budget line.
Oops. Are you concerned at all about upcoming EU regulations, AI regulations in the EU? Are you prepared for that?
So, in short, yes, to expand more the 3 years period during which you can adjust to some of the stuff. But the most important part is what data is sensitive. As we are working mostly with transcription, it's not biometric data. On top of that, as it's running on end client infrastructure, and typically in calls you hear, your call will be recorded for quality purposes.
That's
legal
it, my
here.
man. You can have the conversation afterwards. One more time, Islan. Laura, come with me, come with me. I got a fun idea. Take the clicker. Here we go. All right. Friends, before we get the next pitch on from Cylink, this is Laura. She'll be going there in a second. Let's have some fun. Before Laura kicks off, before the timer starts, it's getting cold. The rain is coming down, but you all have warmth in your hearts, I know it. So, I want this side of the crowd to say pitch. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. You're going to say me. 1, 2, 3. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Cylink. This is Laura. Hey, Laura!
Thanks, guys. I know it's raining, but can you remember a time when you enjoyed a sunset in your life? So please raise your hands. Wonderful, you are happy people. You know, a renowned neuroscientist, Robert Sapolsky, once said that inability to appreciate a sunset is a hallmark of depression. 10% of our global population live with mental health disorder. 300 million cannot appreciate sunset as they have severe cases. 1/3 do not respond to traditional treatments, and many tragically end their lives as they cannot take it anymore. This has a huge economic impact in our society, and no breakthrough since Prozac. Recently, evidence-based research is showing that a single dose of psilocybin-assisted psychotherapy, when ingested properly and under the supervision, can do wonders for people with depression and substance abuse. Many stay in remission and are drug-free months after. At Cylink, we're a team of scientists and biopharma executives inspired by plant medicines, and we want to bring these medicines in medical system. How are we going to do that? Using yeast cells as a mini biofactories, we genetically engineer them to produce our target alkaloid. This outperforms current alternatives at its higher efficiency. It's cheaper, it's greener, and have higher yields, and it's easily scalable. Additionally, we discovered a next-generation psychiatry drugs that has a very specific target, can enhance neuroplasticity, and are safe. The market is huge. It's projected to grow in billions in upcoming years. But the real market is all around us. As we all know someone, a family member, a colleague, a friend, who at some point in their life have a mental health crisis. We're licensed to work with scheduled substances, we're backed by venture capital, business angels, and we have recently filed patent protecting our new technology and new molecular entities. And this opens up doors for business opportunities. We can either license technology, license new molecular entities to other biopharma companies, but our ultimate ambition here is to proceed with our lead target, lead compound through all the stages and receive a market authorization of a drug product. So, if you're someone who is passionate about science but ended up in a financial field, come and join us so we could all appreciate those sunsets together. Thank you.
Well done, Laura. We gave you those 5 seconds because it's an interesting pitch, doing great work. Jury, what are we going to do? What are we going to say? Who wants to take it?
Thank you for the pitch. I love scientists. I just met you at the bar. Very nice talk. I like how you put it in a simple words, all the science behind it. But what's the business? What's the go-to-market actually like? How you're going to make money out of it?
So our ultimate goal is actually to provide our target molecule, the compound that we have created. We took inspiration from mushrooms. We looked into the psilocybin, but we delivered completely new molecule based on psilocybin. We patent that molecule and now proceeding through all the stages, meaning preclinical, phase 1, phase 2, and in the upcoming years. It's going to take a lot of time and effort. I know it's a drug discovery. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. But if we're able to market the drug, we're having a huge impact on society.
Thank you.
The roadmap you just defined looks that you need a very patient capital. Is that right?
Yes.
Or when do you plan the next round? Because the first one, I imagine, is only for upcoming, I don't know how many months.
Yes, so the upcoming round is only for preclinical stages to actually gather more data, preclinical data in vitro cellular diagnostic screening and in animal screening, and then with that data actually enter a seed round in a year or 2 to raise more capital. And you know how it is. You close one round, you open the next one.
The topic itself is pretty interesting, right? While fundraising, what do our investors usually say after the pitch?
Yeah. Do I have any samples in my pocket? No, I don't, unfortunately. No, but we're very medically precise. I said from the first that we have to be very, very cautious about what we're building here. We don't want to engage any, momentum around this because there's a lot of shady things happening underground. We don't want that. We want to have these medicines in medicalized system.
Keep going. Give it up for the next pitch. SecVision, Jonas! Good luck, my friend.
Yeah.
Are you warmer? You feeling good?
Oh, yeah. Hey, everyone. I'm Jonas. I represent SecVision, ultra-fast DNA sequencing service. So to conduct fundamental research and to apply it in creating better medicine, food, fuel, or new materials, we have to manipulate DNA. We need to read natural sequences as well as validate synthetic sequences. And services like these are usually outsourced. But here's the problem. The services that are available now, most of them are slow. Once you get the data, you still need to do the analysis yourself, and even the data is not always rich. So here we come with the solution, a new sequencing service, a new hub that's customer-oriented in creating comprehensive services for your specific need. So if you choose SecVision as your sequencing service, you get the results in 24 hours, and the tailored analysis is also included. And finally, the data is more rich. So instead of only DNA sequence, you get chemical modifications as well, for example. So our revenue strategy is B2B. We're focusing on long-term agreements, and we're targeting scientists working in any molecular biology lab. This could be academia, could be startups, companies, and we use pay-per-use model starting from 15 euros. Now, we already have traction. In the first 3 quarters of this year, we have more than 50K in revenue, and our active user base is growing, and we're still operating in Vilnius area, so that's only from around here. Now, our go-to-business strategy started with personal connections, and now we're using targeted approach, where we're specifically targeting decision makers in the labs. Then we're going for an agreement and installing a Dropbox where they can just pour their samples in. After this follows basically social media campaign targeting not only decision makers, but the people actually working in the lab, so they see us. And of course, the final step is to innovate and move into other markets, big markets like healthcare and agriculture. So in this way, we could reach around 8 million euros in revenue per year. And we have team built to achieve this. Besides our background in various sciences, we have IP filing experience, data analysis, biochemistry, and project management as well. So we launched in 2023, and now we are innovating. We have currently 1 tailored service available. By the end of the year, we'll have 5 more. And most important of all, we're conducting research, exploring other ideas and their patentability and feasibility. So our goal is to basically increase our income tenfold next year. So we will be raising 500,000 euros next year. That's when we will open a round, and so we're starting to talk about it now. But also currently we're looking for other startups and companies, basically anyone working with DNA or something alive, and I'm almost sure we can help you. So we'll be glad if you can
Well done,
contact us.
Jonas. Give it up for Jonas, everyone. SecVision. Jury, who wants to take it? Who wants to take the first punch?
Well, thank you for the presentation. I really enjoy that we have so many scientific startups on the finals this year. I would like to challenge, though, your approach of marketing through social media to employees, not the decision makers. I mean, this is business to business, or in fact, business to institutions and regulated institutions. Have you thought about partnering with someone, not just, as you just said at the very final, but for the actual sales, for getting into those big names?
Yes, of course, it's one of the approaches. That's what we're doing now. We have 4 big names working with us at the moment, as I said, from Vilnius. By social media, I meant contacting people at the workbench who are actually doing the experiments, so they hear about us and they go to their superior, hey, look, this is the same thing we do, just better. Let's contact these guys, something like that.
Just sorry, from the beginning, you work with DNA of people, of animals, what?
Yeah, so currently myself, I'm trained in microbiology.
So is it people?
DNA?
Is it like natural persons? And if so, you store the data on Dropbox with your partners. Do you think it's a secure place for really hardly protected information?
So the current model is we're accepting data about microbes, synthetic DNA, nothing related to an actual human being yet. So I think this model works for now. And if you think this way, like anyone can come to a lab and steal something anytime. So it all comes down to like how honest we actually are. And I believe most of them are honest.
Pitching. So we have next up from AQ22. You saw her here on this stage a little bit earlier today, sharing thought leadership, giving great ideas, and now you're back and you're pitching AQ22. Give it up for Katrina! And is anyone cold?
Sorry.
Is anyone cold? I have blankets. Would you like a blanket? 1,000 euros, please. 1,000 euros, please. Katrina!
Hi. Hello, I want you to meet Tom. Tom is a financial analyst, and every single day Tom is doing the exact same thing. He's analyzing documents. And he's bored, he's ineffective, and there are millions of people like Tom. I bet you know a couple of those. Now, this is Maria. She's a credit officer, and every single day her decision value depends on the value of Tom's work, right? So she's depending on the documents and the credit memos that analysts are preparing for her. So when we look at the financial sector, we actually could see that there's still a huge problem with a lot of slow and manual processes, especially when it comes to credit loan assessment. So with that in mind, we actually are building an AI assistant, which is helping to automate that process. And that's only the beginning. Our assistant, our platform, will analyze the documents, create credit memos, and will help actually to automate 90% of analysts' work. And instead of spending 40 minutes on the assessment of a loan, they will spend 10. So right now, to show traction, we actually talked with more than 40 banks across the world. We have a couple of banks, design partners from the US right now, and Lithuania as well. And all this traction is showing us that people do believe in what we're building. So when we're looking at the market, it's actually by the 2028, the AI agents in banking market will reach $79 billion US. And even though I mentioned that we're starting with lending, it's only the very first step. We already have business cases from other areas, such as like investment, research, risk, and more. So to build a unicorn company, you need somebody who knows sales and marketing, and that's where I come in, and somebody who knows how to build AI models. That's where David comes in. We also have great advisors from the industry who have more than 50 years combined within the financial industry, and they are helping us get there really fast and get those really strong bank introductions. And also, of course, all the knowledge combined from all of our previous work within bankings and David work within the bank system as well. So right now we're raising $2 million US. We graduated Plug and Play. We also are backed by NVIDIA Accelerator, and we're using these funds to actually launch our platform next year. So to get there, we need the funding, and we need to continue building our platform, not only the proprietary AI model. So with that in mind, I really want to invite you to come and talk with us. We want to really bring AI and scale and intelligent automation into the finance world. I really want every financial analyst to have us in their pocket, or at least in their computers next year or within the years to come. And you know what investors do? They talk with AQ22. Thank you.
In time. Well done to you, Katrina. She's got stage presence and she's got the answers. Do they have the questions?
Loved the last sentence. Amazing.
Thank you.
Katrina, AI agents, everyone is talking about them. How are you different?
Yeah, that's a good one. We are different because we have already partnered with a French startup who has given us huge amount of data on finance, and also they are giving us synthetic data. So we are just trying to build it way faster and have all this access to the data that others don't. So that's one way. And another way is that, you know, we have all of these advisors who are pushing us forward already into the banks. So that gives us all this insider knowledge on how to build a platform so we can sell it right away.
So I'm very happy to see you here. We are on board, right? So my question is, what's your plan in the USA?
Yeah, so right now we're participating in 2 programs at Plug and Play, Goal, and FinTech program. And we're planning to fundraise, as I just mentioned as well. And of course, we have 2 pilot clients, CoBank and US Bank, that we will start working with.
So do I get it right? In a year or 2, if I go to a big bank, I apply for a mortgage and I'm rejected, I have to blame you.
Well, no, because we're now starting with only commercial loans. So not focusing yet on the B2C, but probably in some years.
Is there a revision by humans as a backup?
Human will always be in the loop until maybe after the next 3 years or so. But, you know, we will still need people to take the decision. But banks are asking right now if we can already automate that as well. So it's the industry want to go there. I don't think it's safe just yet, but let's see in a couple of years.
The short answer is we're doomed.
No.
3 years to keep your jobs, everyone.
Only the boring tasks. So.
Katarina, well done to you.
Thank you.
AQ22, thank you
you
so much. For the third final pitch, Legion's heart is Justin. Give me a Lithuanian wave, everyone. Lithuanian wave, Lithuanian wave. Justin!
Hello, everyone. My name is Arnas, not Justin, but thank you very much. And I'm a CEO and co-founder of company Legends. And I'm really sure that you're all well aware that cardiovascular diseases are #1 killer in the world. And I'm really sure that you remember how physicians previously used the stethoscope on their neck to detect key cardiac diseases. Now it is out of the practice. And the key test to evaluate heart function is heart ultrasound. But this test dealing with a very chaotic and inefficient workflow because physician or sonographer needs to click more than 100 different buttons in order to perform almost 50 different measurements, and only then he or she can make clinical decisions. And it causes that the average waiting time for this everyday casual test is from 4 to 5 weeks with the average time of 30 minutes. But we have a solution here, Legends Heart, AI-driven, fully automated technology to automate heart ultrasound test. And how the workflow looks like with the Legends Heart. The physician or sonographer just acquires heart images, and the rest of the work is done by Legends Heart, including the measurements, reporting with the primary diagnosis. And it allows to reduce examination time to 15 minutes. And physician can really spend the time on what really matters. Where are we now? We already see marked in EU, we have US patent, and we are FDA pending. What we already proved that we are much more faster and as accurate as cardiologists. Looking into our traction, I think we're becoming more and more worldwide brand because we are operating in EU and US, and we are working with key centers and worldwide known centers as Yale, Johns Hopkins, with worldwide known companies and manufacturers like Canon, General Electric, and we are available on the biggest AI marketplaces like Bradford. We are a very strong and complex team. We are covering key competences as deep medical understanding, AI technologies, and business development with the very strong strategic advisors from France. Why we are here? We are raising 3 million in order to boost our scientific and economic marketing, expand into US, and monetize our early adopters. Thank you very much.
All right, jury. 3 more pitches to go, a couple more questions.
Congratulations on US patent. Forgive my French, I trust EU patents more. It's more rigorous process to get one. Are you working on that?
Okay.
Working on EU patents?
Yeah, of course. We are working now on PCT patent. We have a pipeline and strategy on our patent way and patent family. We have our own strategy why we started in US, and now we're expanding, and probably in the middle of the next year we will have a PCT patent, and then we will go into Europe and very concrete countries patent.
How difficult is it to sell something like this?
Yes, as all medtech field is really complicated and really quite longer sales cycle. But what we realized after all these years that we focusing more and more into very B2B way. And as you can see from our portfolio of the traction, we are now dealing with the really biggest players in the world. And we can see that our main goal and the future will be with them together.
And how difficult it is to copy that?
I think it's really very complicated. Now we are globally, I think, only 3 companies which working directly in AI in heart ultrasound field, because in general technology is really very complex and it's really complicated to copy it. So in that space, we are feeling quite comfortable, but of course, we are doing everything that our IP would be protected.
So my question, you've been here for years. How ready are you to scale? So what is going to take you to go to the first, 500K?
I think this year we will have 500K. We are preparing deals with a huge.
We're going to wrap it up there, my friend. Give it up for definitely not Lucas, but his co-founder. Well done, my friend. Great job. Sorry, guys. We're going to keep you to the clock. All right, audience, I'm going to give you a break for a second because we're going to save up the last big little interaction before the next pitch. But first, we have the penultimate pitch. We have the one and only Freya Cultivation Systems. And we have Lucas pitching for Freya. Give it up for Lucas. Here you go, my friend. Good luck.
Hi everyone, my name is Lucas. I'm the CEO of Freya Cultivation Systems, and we're delivering double revenue and triple EBITDA in commercial greenhouses. Fresh vegetables demand is growing rapidly worldwide, but the world is running out of resources to produce the food outdoors. Therefore, greenhouses are a winning category because they produce 20 to 30 times more food in the same area. However, greenhouse economics are still not perfect. Your yield, productivity is capped to available area. Upfront capex is very high, margins are low, and the typical payback period for a greenhouse is about 25 years. At Freya, we're rethinking the way plants grow in a greenhouse. So we started by developing this ultrasonic transducers that take typical irrigation liquid and move it in 3 dimensions directly to the plant roots. We then put these nozzles on moving irrigators in 3-dimensional structures, and as a result, we're doubling yield. We take 1 square meter of growing area and we create 2 square meters of cultivation area. When you double yield against the same fixed costs, you triple EBITDA. Because there is a lot of room for roots to develop inside these structures, we can grow any plants we want. We're not limited to one crop type. We can grow anything. And the only reason this works is because of our ultrasonic irrigation technology. The business model is really simple. If you are a grower who wants to double your output, your traditional option is to build a new greenhouse with an ROI of 24 years. Well, now you can call Freya, we'll retrofit your greenhouse, you'll get the same results, just 3 times better payback. Our pricing is 400 euros a square meter, gross margin is 50%, and if we retrofit just the most modern greenhouses, we get a TAM of 300 billion euros. Because we're looking at strawberries and leafy greens first, that's a SAM of 28, and within our remit for the first 5 years, we have 1.2 billion euros in SOM. We have a sales pipeline of 10 million euros, including Walmart as a client. We have 5 successful pilots, including with the space agency. We are outperforming best-in-class systems by 80%. We're on track to 120. And we have 2 international patent applications filed. We have a full team leading commercialization, including business development expertise, ultrasonic irrigation, agronomy, and we have leaders in plant nutrition and manufacturing helping us. We're raising 500,000 euros to deliver the first product, booked 3 million in revenue, and we're currently being backed by some of the leading VCs in Lithuania. We have unique intellectual property, a very strong pipeline, and we only have 150 euros allocation remaining in the round. Finally, a triangle is not a brand new idea. The new idea is how we irrigate plants at scale, uniformly, at low cost. That's ours. Secondly, because we double yield, that means we can retrofit existing greenhouses.
That's it, my man. We got to cut you off. Give it up. Well done, Freya. All right, jury. Penultimate Q&A. What do you want to say?
For the love of God, why not vertical farming?
Oh, my days. Vertical farming is extremely expensive and works in very few areas. We can exploit some of the plant responses that we get. Only our technology can produce specific root response, which makes us way more productive than vertical farming and 3 to 5 times cheaper.
Thank you for the pitch. I love the numbers. My question is how you deal with the sunlight.
Sunlight is completely not an issue. Most plants are shaded anyway, so we're not losing any photons. 60 degrees angles are optimal for this.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So I'll be Vox Populi and I will steal question from the audience. This is a challenging question about the numbers. So some people think that traditional repayment of 24 years is too big a number, that the actual number is shorter, and with differences in energy, innovations in energy, it might be shorter. So how much space do you have between 24 that you're claiming and in the traditional greenhouses and 8 in your solution? How big is the gap?
Yes. So the gap is still very big. The typical 24 years is actually even longer in many cases. The only reason people grow in a greenhouse is because of subsidies. So if it wasn't for subsidies, very few private investors would do that.
Right? The final pitch. So I want all of you beautiful people to join me in a little chant. So the chant is Leia, 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 Leia. Everyone, Leia, Leia. Give it up for the founder of Leia, Maningas! Leia AI.
Thanks, man.
You had your moment.
What an energy, huh? Hey, guys. I'm Mindaugas. I'm CEO and co-founder of Leia AI. And we are on the mission to give access to personal AI coaching to everyone on the planet. I can bet each of you have one item in your New Year resolution wish list. And this is improve yourself personally or professionally. And how usually people do solve that if they want to achieve results fast? So usually they hire experts, tutors, coaches, trainers, right? There are more than 30 different types of experts that people hire for. So imagine you have the best friend This friend is expert in all these domains that you need help for. You have access 24/7 for it, and it's almost for free. Would it be cool to have such option? And the name of this friend is Lea. So the mission is big, but following our value, think big, start small, we're starting from one domain. It's language learning tutoring. The goal is expand to other domains, ultimately creating a category of personal coaching, and of course, dominating it. Speaking about English language learning, that is our short-term focus. So if you want to learn, speak English well, so you have few options. You can talk with the friends, speak with yourself, which is boring, or hire tutors. So majority of people choose the third option. But with that is few big problems. First of all, there are too few people to cover all the demand. It's extremely expensive, and good luck finding a sweet spot in your busy, really busy calendar. And actually, we have Lea, which solves all these problems. It's like she speaks with you in real time. You have access 24/7, and she replicates all the best practices of tutoring. And even more, it's 1,000 times more affordable, and of course, not judgmental, like most tutors do. And it works. We started a year ago, and we are about to reach 1 million in ARR. Users speaking about us from 100+ countries who are really happy. And the most important part is, of course, team. I'm super proud having my tech co-founder, Donatas, who worked in Vinted previously, and the rest of the team. The market is huge, worth to tackle it, and we have business model consumer SaaS on paid 1, 3, and 6 month subscriptions. Of course, we have competition, but the main differentiator is personalization, and we are raising around next year to get to 12 million ARR. And here's a small gift to the community, like always.
Well done, my friend. Give it up for him one more time. Meningas! Leia. All right, jury. You want a chance as well?
So how it differs from Duolingo, which is very popular?
What first? Sorry.
Duolingo.
So like it's clear. So they have their own path, but they're not exploring other verticals. I mean, not going as our mission is. We already, by the way, have really strong signals from our existing customers that they use Lea for other purposes, like mental health coaching, helping to prepare food, find interesting insights for the chat, and etc.
Sorry, so do you have to type to speak to your...
No, it's only focus on the speaking part. So that's the hardest problem that English learners have. They get to plateau with Duolingo, with other tools, and also more than 50% of our users are introverts who don't want to speak with other people.
Can they check how I'm improving in time?
Yes, indeed.
Have you assessed your privacy needs? Because it seems like you're collecting a lot of
yeah, we're collecting.
information.
Yes, we do. So like that's covered. We are GDPR compliant.
Oh, exactly question. So why pitching this year but only raising next year?
So warming up with the investors. So that's what worked us previously. I have all our investors in my newsletter. And when we were kind of pivoting from the previous business, when it left 1 month till the end of runway, guess who backed us? The people who followed us 2 years, saw ups and downs. And yeah, these exactly investors who know personally me. So I'm looking forward to the same.
So, joining me in just a second on stage, let's kick it off with Julius, the founder and CEO of CloudVisor. Julius, are you there, my friend? Julius, come on stage, my friend. Grab a mic. Oh, here we go. There you're good to go, Julius. All right, I'll stand over here, my friend. Remember, you tell us about the award, who's won it, and we'll take a photo.
Okay, so first of all, before going to the prize, I just wanted to say thank you to Startup Lithuania for organizing this awesome event. Yeah, even despite the weather, it was great, and I guess everybody would agree with that. Now coming to the prize, we actually were a bit original on that because our prize will go to a startup that did not make it to the finals. But our prize is also very special. It's $5,000 of AWS cloud services, and we were like looking for a startup that would harness that in the best way possible. And from all of the pitches that we saw today, one of them clearly stands out, and we decided to give the prize to that startup. So our prize of $5,000 of AWS cloud services goes to Stuart Energy.
I'm standing back. This is why they told me, mate, tell him to stand back. Whatever you do, tell him to stand back. All right. What a way to kick things off for the award show. One more time. Stuart Energy. Yes. Ooh, this is a warm-up for the after party, isn't it? This is a real warm-up for the after party. All right, you've heard enough of me today. So let's bring on one of our jury members, Matas, who's a senior associate at Serenin Law Firm. Matas, take the stage, my friend. Matas, everyone. Thank you, brother. Back, right? Yeah, all the way back. All the way back. Don't wait.
All the way back. Nothing can stop me, as the word goes. So look, we were discussing with this team judges, and I had one complaint from them. They said only one startup you're supporting for legal services. Next year you come and you provide more prizes for legal services. So I'll try to pitch that back in my law firm. And this year, I think I still have some business that I have to solve. How in the hell I'm gonna get my mortgage? So when I say AQ, you say 22. AQ!
AQ22. AQ. You can give it to them. Thanks, man. One more time. Matas and AQ22. All right. Free legal advice. We love that. Well, free for 3,000. I wonder how far that goes. Well, you'll find out very soon. I'm stepping back again. These things are dangerous. How fun is this? I am honestly loving the energy I'm getting from all of Lucky You. And I want to pause for a second and give a shout out to the amazing team who've organized all of this. Startup Lithuania, the Innovation Agency, Gintada, Ruta, Carolina, everyone. I don't know all the names, but you do. Sell them, I love them. They're amazing. Honestly, it's been a fantastic startup event. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. I go around the world to all kinds of startup events, and this one has stood out to me. Also, the warmth of the people, but we'll get to that later. All right, so next up, one of our wonderful jury as well. We have Povilis. Povilis, I'm butchering your name, aren't I? Povilis, Povilas, right?
Povilis.
Povilis, give it up for Povilis.
Should I come or not when you're saying that, So, thank you, and very much humbled and honored to be here as Plug and Play and utilize our network to scale Lithuania to the world, scale the Baltics to the world. And I'm very much, choosing the startups that need that scale and will bring the impact. And welcome, please, our brother Latvians, Auleg Technology, as the first prize winners. So as a second one, for the very good numbers, so yes, we need to verify those numbers, but the numbers are very good. Freya Cultivation Systems. Freya! last one, but not the least one, for the vision and the impact and for the long road ahead and probably one of the best bar meets today, Xiling.
Thank you. One more time for Bovis. We'll get the name there. We'll get it there. Fast track onto the Startup Lithuania Accelerator powered by Plug and Play, I believe. They're in. They've made it in. Fast tracked all the way. Fantastic. All right. This thing is not a smoke alarm. This is a sound alarm. It's super loud, but it's working because I think we're getting the energy in this room, right? Okay, cool. Let's move on. So we have actually someone we should give a real shout out to. Milda, I believe you were running the sessions for hours, for days, pitching, presenting, helping the teams. So as she comes up on stage, give Milda a massive round of applause. Community manager at Startup Lithuania.
Thank you. Okay, since I'm the last person from Startup Lithuania to be on the stage today, yes, I spent most of the day in the pitch battle stage, so I have not seen too much of what was happening here, but from what I've heard from you, you enjoyed it a lot. So first of all, I want to thank my colleagues at Startup Lithuania. They're responsible for all of this happening, my colleagues Gintara, Ruta, and everyone else. So if you meet them, they are awesome. If you meet them today or at the after party, please come to them and say if you enjoyed the event and what you enjoyed, and we really appreciate it, and they will really, really appreciate it. And without further ado, I have a prize that I have to give from our partners that are not here today. So I was asked to give a prize from Advanced Telecommunications Research Institute International. A fast track to their Kehana Global Acceleration Program Plus for 3 months of mentoring, pitching events, and other things with exclusive access to the Japanese market. So what they have chosen is a startup that, in their opinion, will make a very significant impact on the cancer patient care. So I invite here on the stage Brachydos. Thank you.
Thank you, Milda. You can hand it to him. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more time. Great job organizing the pitch event. It was electric. You filled that cinema room better than Batman or, I don't know, Spider-Man, whatever you guys like. Anyway, all right, let's move on. So next up, we're going to get 3 of our awesome sort of jury members, also Andres coming as well. So, and we're going to have the awards, the final ones now as well. So, Roberta, Managing Director of Lithuania Business Angel Network. Give it up for Roberta! She's going to join us on stage. Have a seat. We'll have a stand. Victoria, of course, Managing Director of Co-Invest Capital. Thank you, Victoria. Grab us over here. Watch out for that, huh? Stand back. And of course, Andreas, General Partner at Baltic Sandbox Ventures. My man, good to see you back here. One more time.
This is the big moment, right?
Yeah, and you are on stage on time.
Yes, this time.
And I'm really happy to be back on Startup Fair stage for the probably 7th time. And
With different hats.
Even more happy that I'm not organizing this year's event. So huge applause to the organizers.
Yeah, kudos to the team once again. Amazing event.
I know how difficult it is. So really huge thanks. Great event. And we are here to announce
Well, we were promising 3 million this year.
we didn't made it to our promise, I have to
happen.
confess.
It didn't happen, no.
Okay, no. So I'll start. Lithuanian Business Angel Network just finished our Jubilee 10th Angel School, and business angels selected a startup that they are going to invest in. And I hope that more LeadBand members will join this round. And my wonderful partners on stage and partners in ecosystem, they are also willing to
We're investing.
To co-invest,
We're not willing.
to
We're
invest.
investing.
Okay, and CoInvest Capital is willing to co-invest.
As Matt said in the morning, nobody signs a deal after 3-minute pitches. But we are inviting to finalize the term sheets and negotiations so that we can close and get money into your pockets by the end of this year. So
a startup
everyone is invited.
called Brachidose.
Brachidose! There we go! This is impressive. Yes, we were mentioning 3 million, right? Since Brachidose is expecting a bit less, so we have some money left. And this is the event where startups are getting money, right? That's why they participate in Pitch Battle. So we would like to announce one more startup that is getting an investment. Ladies and gentlemen, Psylink! We have more. We are investing into the startup that participated in this year's pitch battle, and the name of the startup is Kaizens. Victoria, we have more, right?
I don't know. I know nothing.
Someone else is expected on the stage. I will not hold it too much. Freya Cultivation Systems, come on in. We're investing in you. Shall we continue?
I just told Lucas that tomorrow at 1 o'clock we have a negotiations call already, so be ready. Don't party too much tonight. And yes, as I was saying, we kind of failed with our promise of 3 million, and we've seen so many great startups today. And just from early morning, I was receiving messages from my friends of other international VCs with appreciation how much our ecosystem has grown, how much some of the startups have improved since we saw last time. And in fact, I don't know if somebody mentioned, but we were like 148 startups applying, and 44 were shortlisted to semifinals, and then we had to increase finals to 11. So thanks a lot to all of you, and thanks to the teams of Verslo Angelų Fondas, Baltic Sandbox Ventures, and CoInvest Capital, our analysts who checked every pitch deck and made the first shortlist. So now, to continue, I have to say, our name says we always co-invest. So we are by default founder-friendly and investor-friendly. So I would like to call on stage a startup where we have already hard commitment made to them, but we are ready to accommodate other investors because I received this morning so high interest. So I will be inviting startup on stage, and I'm inviting investors During the next week, till the next week closes, if you want to co-invest, we will find a room for you. And now, the big round of applause, Legends Heart.
This is not all. We have more.
Well, this guy was chasing me for quite a while, even though apparently we are neighbors. I saw him in the neighborhood cafe one day. So finally we met when he was on stage, but he refused to come to the hackathon over the weekend because we all now moved to Kaunas. So I still want to talk with you, but it's very early, so negotiations might take longer. So Kazimierai, CBRX, we would like to have a very close look at you.
Anything else?
So who did the math? Do you know the total number? How much we broke our initial plan of 3 million?
Our LPs should be terrified now, but can you guess the number, how much of the total investments will happen?
Most likely we will negotiate.
Do we have a guess? More. 5 million is enough, I think.
No, we just added a potential of additional 600K. So the total number which we are very interested to sign and close by the end of this year is 5.6 million, and this is a sign how strong and how booming our ecosystem is. Because I think Startup Lithuania could probably fix me if I'm wrong. Probably this is like the record amount.
This is a record amount. 5.6 million prize. Not a
Thank you,
prize,
guys.
investment pool, yeah. This is record breaking. Thank you so much, everyone.